A candidate running for governor in Mississippi is making headlines as we speak. This is State Representative Robert Foster and reporter Larison Campbell, who was assigned by her paper to cover his campaign. She requested a ride-along for a 16-hour day. His campaign said she can only come if she brings
He's got a Lego guy here.
He tweeted, as I anticipated, the liberal left lost their minds over the fact that I choose not to be alone with another woman. They can't believe that even in 2019, someone still values their relationship with their wife and upholds their Christian faith. Well, the reporter was on CNN this morning, and here's what she had to say.
At the end of the day, what you're saying here is a woman is a sexual object first and a reporter second. People, when they see a woman with a man, are going to automatically assume that she's there for, with an improper relationship because, again, they see a woman, as a sexual object first and as someone who's doing my job second.
So, Jeff, would you say that this is sexism, or do you think that he's a legitimate reason for not wanting to be alone with her?
This is two ends of the spectrum, and I don't like the far left, the far right, I don't like that at all. So this man is going very extreme in his beliefs, but I see what he's saying. I can only speak for myself. I'm a male. I see exactly what he's saying. He doesn't want to risk his job to be alone with a woman. Now, I get it. I get the optics, how that looks. I don't want to discredit any women or her for doing her job, but there are certain situations even I'm in, not like this, and I'm not putting anyone down, but if I'm alone in a room with a certain person or a woman and I'm changing, I wait till someone else comes in. I know what world that we're living in now. With the Me Too era, the pendulum swung this way, but with every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, and I think that's what we're seeing here. Extreme, but I see it.
Totally reasonable. The only thing that I would say is you're changing in front of someone, right? He's saying I can't even be in a room.
A business meeting.
No, I get it. I totally get it. It's a far end of the spectrum.
Right, exactly. So if you didn't know, this is a 1948 Billy Graham rule. It's called the Billy Graham rule that he started in 48, saying no one on my team, the pastors, can eat, can talk, can chat, can ride in a car with anyone other than their wife if there isn't a male colleague. And it just seems like if I ever want to get ahead, or if there's a president that's a woman, so are you saying you can't literally be in the room with that person?
But if he believes that, why should we shame him for that?
But why exploit his Christian faith, which I don't think says that you can't be in a room with a woman? Why blame it on that and not just say, I have no self-control?
Yeah, so his point is everybody that calls himself a Christian right now at work, are they breaking their vows?
Right.
Exactly.
I don't understand. I'm assuming I've been in a Lyft or an Uber with a Christian driver. Did they break their faith? I think that was a way to kind of show his base, like, hey, I'm this Christian. I'm Mike Pence Christian. So, I mean, don't forget, everything that we read and hear about is about re-election. So let's call it that. Jeff, I completely agree with what you're saying. We talked about Keanu Reeves taking pictures with his hands out to protect himself. The difference between Jeff Schroeder, Keanu Reeves, they're both entertainers. This man is a public servant.
And they're not hindering a woman. So taking a photo and having your hands like this isn't hindering a woman's ability to do her job and perhaps advance in her career.
Sam, let's not forget how we got here. It's congressmen and everybody behaving poorly.
Thank you.
So we're
penalizing her,
5,000 female reporters sexually attack men. It's so interesting how the narrative gets spun that quick, where we're talking about how now she can't be in the room.
And if he doesn't trust himself, then have a male liaison with you at all times.
Right.
Like, don't put the responsibility on her. Put the responsibility on you and say, I can't trust myself. I'm a devout Christian. I don't want to have any sort of...
Can Kamala Harris be not in a room? Like, can you imagine her saying that about a male?
Debilitating.
I can't be in a room with a male. Like, can you imagine?
It's discrimination.
No,
it's discrimination.
But don't you get where he's coming from a little bit?
But then put the responsibility on you. Don't put it on her.
Right, I get it, but I totally get what you're saying. I just having this conversation. I'm walking on eggshells here because I get what the optics look like. But I'm saying, as a male, again, you guys speak for a lot of the women a lot of the time. I'm telling you, as a white male, I don't get a lot of time to speak about that. I am scared when I'm in a particular situation with a particular woman.
Can I ask you a question? Let's say you're in a room with a woman and you're alone. Would you feel better if another female came in the room?
I'd feel better
just
if
another
I did.
person.
So why did it have to be a male colleague?
I'm a very good judge of character.
Right.
This is a 1% type of deal. Right. But if that 1% person that I know I cannot trust and something might be up her sleeve, I will take myself out of that situation till someone else comes along.
That's fine.
That's how the Me Too movement shifted my thinking.
See, I think the way you just described it makes sense to people.
Right.
The way he described it,
needs a male colleague.
It felt like you were blaming almost someone for just being a woman. So I think that's the difference, the way you communicate and the way he communicates.
And don't blame it on your Christian faith, because I don't think that's fair either.
Fair enough.